Today, David Morrell is just 27 years old. A prodigy who became world champion in only 3 fights. But his recent wars have exposed cracks. The loss to Benavidez. The brutal test against Khataev. These fights left more questions than answers. Can Morrell evolve at light heavyweight? Can he outlast giants like Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev? Or will his dream crumble against boxing's most ruthless champions? One thing is certain, David Morrell's story is far from over. And as long as the Cuban Machine keeps fighting, the boxing world will be watching. Afterward, Morrell made his intentions clear: I want Benavidez. No backups. No distractions. The Mexican Monster. An undefeated beast with 29 wins, known for his suffocating pressure and bone-breaking uppercuts. Fans called it destiny. The 2 most dangerous men in the division, finally set to collide. When the fight began, it was like a chess match. Morrell countered with precision, matching Benavidez in mid-range exchanges. But slowly, the pressure broke through. Benavidez targeted the body, unleashed his signature uppercut, and trapped Morrell against the ropes. By the championship rounds, Morrell was behind. He rallied briefly in round 11, but the punches didn't land clean. Searching for redemption, Morrell faced Olympian Imam Khataev, a dangerous puncher. For the first time in his career, Morrell tasted the canvas after a brutal overhand right. He came back swinging, unloading uppercuts and combinations, reigniting the crowd. But Khataev never broke. The fight went to the judges. Result: split decision win for Morrell. The belt stayed with him, but the message was clear: the Cuban Machine could bleed. And when the final bell rang, only one hand was raised. David Benavidez celebrated his 30th career victory. November 2022. Morrell faced Yerbossynuly, an undefeated Kazakh warrior. From the opening bell, Morrell was on another level. His punches were sharp, precise, and merciless. But Yerbossynuly wouldn't fall. Round after round, he absorbed brutal punishment. Commentators begged for the fight to be stopped. The crowd grew uneasy. But the referee and his corner waited too long. In the 12th round, the inevitable happened. Yerbossynuly finally went down. The fight was over. Moments later, he collapsed again, this time into a coma. He survived, but would never return to the ring. That night, Morrell's face showed no joy in victory. The belt was still his, but nobody cared about titles. The only question left was, why wasn't it stopped sooner? Nearly 6 months of silence followed. Many wondered, would Morrell ever be the same? Boxing has seen this before, fighters who were never the same after tragic endings. But when Morrell returned, he was sharper, colder, almost reborn through fire. He faced Brazilian Olympian Falcao, a bronze medalist with a granite chin. That chin cracked in the very first round. The arena froze. Memories of Yerbossynuly returned. But this time, Falcao rose to his feet. And Morrell simply said, "I don't want anyone going to the hospital again." From that moment on, Morrell became a spectacle every time he stepped into the ring. He dismantled veteran Mike Gavronsky with ease. He crushed Mario Cazares, the man who once halted Chavez Jr., in under a minute. He embarrassed the 6 feet 4 inches Alantez Fox, making him look like an extra in someone else's highlight reel. Fans and analysts agreed, this Cuban phenom isn't just winning fights, he's rewriting the rules. Against Calvin Henderson, Morrell delivered another brutal performance, finishing the fight in 4 rounds. And afterward, he called out the biggest names directly: "I'm ready for everyone. Bring Canelo. Bring Benavidez." But what came next was unlike anything he had ever faced. In 2019, Morrell made the boldest move of his life. He defected from Cuba, leaving behind everything he knew, chasing a dream across the ocean. His new home became Minneapolis, Minnesota. And it was there that he made his professional debut. The result? A first-round knockout. In only his second fight, he faced seasoned veteran Quinton Rankin, a man with more than 20 professional bouts. But Rankin couldn't survive Morrell's storm. Just 21 punches landed, and the fight was over. America realized immediately, this wasn't just another prospect. This was something special. Next came Lennox Allen. A veteran with a 22-0 record who had been waiting over a decade for his title shot. Morrell tore him apart with speed, angles, and relentless pressure. Allen survived the distance, but victory wasn't his to take. And so, in only his third professional fight, David Morrell Jr. became a world champion. David Morrell Jr., a name that's quickly carving its place in modern boxing history. Lightning-fast hands. Clinical precision. Brutal finishing power. In just his third professional fight, he became a world champion. And ever since, the question has followed him everywhere: who can stop the Cuban Machine? Today, we dive deep into his story, from his Cuban roots to his rise in America, from dazzling knockouts to heartbreaking tragedy, and the unanswered question: can David Morrell truly conquer boxing's biggest stage? Santa Clara, Cuba, a dusty, sun-soaked city where boxing lives in the air. Only 5 losses. Gold at the Junior World Championships. And the award for Best Boxer of the tournament. But medals weren't enough. Morrell wanted more. His eyes were locked on the professional stage, where the world's toughest fighters make their names.